let's look a little bit like this. I don't want to be negative here, but there's a lot of people that I know that have what you call it, trouble on getting it, because the banks made profit from interest themselves.
Yes. Yeah.
And there is no way. I mean, that my belief, even though it's not as it is not backed up by numbers and statistics, that all fiat money, which is the currency that we use right now, will always, if not the next 50 years, it will be 100 years, will always return to zero. All the fiat money. I mean, that's my belief, right? I hold you right there. And then we will go all back to gold. Look at all the recession, look at all the, what you call it, financial crisis, all the, all the rich guy, all reverse back to money. Don't you think that, I'm not saying morally, in moral point of view, don't you think that making money out of interest is not good? I mean, as of now, yes, okay, borrow this,
yes.
take loan, take interest and stuff, and then the one we're now paying for our debts loans, and as of now, if you want to, like take loans and stuff, it will not affect you. You're going to save your ass, But your grandkid will buy a gardenia bread for like 7 ringgit a slice. You know what I'm saying? It will happen, So where do you stand on this? Do you think that the current market, whether it's domestically or international, morally right? We could talk about this in an Islamic perspective point of view, but in moral, what do you think it is?
I absolutely agree with you. Morally, the system that we are living in is immoral. Previously, I think if you guys have seen where they say maybe in the 90s, where a single wage and a single employment can give you a house, a car, and also for you to start a family. So those are the things that they made comparison previously. So basically, with a single wage, you can have all those. But now, even with a single wage in Malaysia, in KL alone, for you to struggle to pay your rent and even to start a family, unless you are staying somewhere out of KL, basically. So I'm totally agree with you. It's morally wrong for this system, but it's the capitalist, as I mentioned just now, it's our capitalist system that we are living. Malaysia is not exclusion to it. Even China is not excluded, even though they are technically a communist country, but they are free in some way, but they are also a victim to this economy as well. Because with this capitalist system, it helps for business to grow. That's the initial objective of this capitalist system, and interest rate. So basically, it gives bank the ability to give money from, just I mentioned just now, from dumb money, who has this pool of fund. Dumb money means like from doctors, example. Doctors have, let's say you are a specialist doctor, and you have a salary of what, 20,000, 40,000 because of specialists, maybe heart surgeon specialist, and you have 40,000 per month in your salary, and you don't know where you're going to put this money. So you give it to bank, and bank use the money that you put in the saving account to give it to someone who needs the money, business owner, entrepreneurs who want to open business, maybe to yourself as well, for you to do your videos, to buy your equipment, so you borrow money. So that's why the system previously works. It works well, but the longer it ages, it's getting out of control because, like I said, government can print whatever amount of money they want. And if inflation out of control, like what happened in the United States, price of goods increases. And it doesn't only affect United States, it affects Malaysia.
True.
Do you remember last time when you want to buy an iPhone, maybe the price was about, I don't know, 1,000 ringgit?
Yeah.
Maybe 3,000. I remember last time I buy my iPhone, it was an iPhone 6, if I'm not mistaken, it's about 2,000 or 3,000.
Even then it was like mind-blowing, like 3,000.
It was mind-blowing at that time. But now when we see the price of iPhone, let's say iPhone 15 Pro Max, the price is about what, 7,000 or 6,000. It's almost a price of full EX5. You can buy EX5 cash with it, to be honest. So
I wouldn't expect that.
It's because of what? It's because of the inflation.
Yeah.
The system we're living in. And And that's where the word, if you heard of it, where they say the rich get richer and the poor get poorer.
Yeah.
Because every year inflation increases. And if your income does not increase alongside with inflation, let's say the inflation rate is like, for Malaysia, they announced it was 1.7 or 1 point something. It's below 2%. So if your wages doesn't increase more than, let's say, 2% per year, then your buying power will going to be lessened every single year.
Yeah, purchasing power, yeah.
Purchasing power.
Right.
But those 2% that they mentioned to you is just on the surface. The actual price of good increases are different. Like phone prices increase differently. The price you buy for food is different.
Right.
Last time I buy nasi kukus was about what I remember last time it was about 4 ringgit or 5 ringgit. Now even if you go to a stall outside, they may sell it for what, 7 or 8 ringgit. The same thing, but now increase not just twice the price. It's more than 200% of the price.
And the size gets smaller.
The size gets smaller. See, it's a problem that we are living in. We cannot escape it. So, I mean, one of the advice from some of my friends saying, you should not earn in your currency. You should earn in other currency. And that's where I get my passion for this trading, because you earn in USD. And if you convert it, it's like four times. Dude, 4 times. I'm not condoning everyone. It's a risky business now. But that's where we can see a lot of Malaysians are going to United States, UK, and even Singapore to find a job, because Singapore, even with Singapore, is 3.5. Dude, it's 3 times your currency. If you came back to Malaysia, you are filthy rich.
Rich bastard.
Yeah. They paying you. They say now in Malaysia the minimum salary for fresh grad is 3.5. They say if 3.5 SGD, how much you get 3 times? It's $9,000, 9,000 ringgit. Sorry, so it's 9,000 ringgit, and that's.
But do you think there will be time where you need to do something about the inflation, because you cannot have like pay? There must be a limit somewhere, right?
You mean the inflation rates?
Yeah.
That's where.
No, I mean like even like, let's say you buy a slice of gardenia bread for like freaking 10 ringgit. Okay, that's when you know you're messed up. You know what I mean? Do you think that's a wake up call for like?
I mean, yeah, that's what basically happened in the United States. So to control inflation, there's only one tools that most government likes it: interest rate.
We go back to the circle, man.
The same problem that creates
the problem.
The problem is the same one that will be used to solve the problem.
Bullshit.
There is no other way out of this unless, like he said, you go back to everyone having a gold, like gold nickel. Here, 1 gardenia bread, 1 gold.
Or silver.
Yes. Or silver, example.
I think that's the best strat. I mean, I'm not that good in finance, but I think like gold and silver was like the ultimate, the ultimate measurement of what I want to call it, currency or money. Because but even then, like if you scroll back to like 5,000 years into his history, I think it was the Greek civilization or something. When they have this mass of gold, right? And then they want to have a war with, I think, with the Rome or something. I forgot. And then you need to pay your troops. And then pay using gold and silver. And then it's not enough because they need the physical gold. Correct. And then they send it outside, and then the one that they have as on the reserve was like diminishing day by day. And then you know what they did? They melted the gold. Yeah. Put over bronze.
No. Yes, I heard this. Yes.
And then
I was about to say the same.
one gold coin.
It has a mix of bronze, silver, yes.
And you can 10 bronze shilling that equals to 1. That's the first inflation.
That's the
first inflation in human history.
Yes,
recorded
the first ever
inflation.
Recorded. Correct.
And then even that's where I think the fiat money comes to play. It was like we're going to use the same.
I think your videos and my video are the same on YouTube.
But it's actually true. I mean, like Tom, Dick, and Harry wouldn't know about this. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like I think like when when you have a house and then you cannot pay for it, and then you like rent it somewhere, and then you mark up it higher, right? and then it will give you some effects because everybody now doing it.
Yes.
Now you feel like you're, because when you make a loan, you contribute to the interest, and it will affect. I mean, you want to go against the establishment. You want to go, you cannot go, but that's actually like the right thing to do, is to stop using it. But like even if you stop, no one will follow you. Number one. Number two, you're left out because when you are 60, 70 years old, you got no house, your friends got your house, even you're not in debt, they'll be in debt, and then you want to bring religion in, and there's a lot of things to talk about. And then now you think about whether I do the right thing, which is actually will torture me and my kid, or where I do the wrong thing, but I'll get. I mean, I'm not saying easier life, but I mean everybody's doing it.
I mean, it's interesting. It's like, this new. I mean, like what you say is like why we cannot escape. Basically, this system, especially for our generation now, is because of the reason we are. They call it consumerism. Yes, we are in the age of consumerism, where basically everything you want to consume, from your phone. Like you said, you want
I don't
cars.
consume my phone.
No, I mean consume.
I know.
Yeah, in the sense that basically means that you are always wanting to get the latest stuff. I mean,
to
not impress.
Me, but yeah, I understand.
No, I mean the current culture that we have at the moment now.
Right.
You want to have the latest gadget, the latest car, and the thing that can impress your friend maybe, or maybe on your social media. Social media plays a big role on this. So basically, because people are keep demanding for this new stuff. So what are company gonna do? They're basically gonna do the same thing. Basically, they're gonna every year new revision, iPhone 15, iPhone 16, or maybe car 1, car 2. I don't know. I don't know car names. If Akmal was here, he might gonna know. But every year you're gonna have new revision of the same stuff, more expensive than it was previously.
Yeah.
Why? Because it is the latest thing. You want this latest thing on your phone, on your hand. You don't want to miss the FOMO.
FIFA 20, FIFA 21.
Dude,
Same game.
That kind of game, I hate it. And that's why I stopped playing any football game, because of the same shit. And sometimes even downgrade some few features. I was like, what the hell is this? Because our consumer are so, focused on getting the new thing.
Yeah, that's where the money comes from. I don't care if it's the same thing.
Correct.
It's FIFA 22.
Yes.
So yes, screw it.
Because they don't want. I'm not saying they don't want you to become, disciplined or habitual spenders. But when you have this kind of impulse, even myself, I also have this kind as well. But when you have this kind of impulse, that's where it feeds on that. The company feeds on these kind of things. Mm-hmm. So the more you consume, the more they can pump out the price. The higher the price gonna be every year. Mm-hmm. Maybe not because of inflation, because of the demand. Mm-hmm. When you have more demand than supply, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, true.
Price increase.